Hello guys, my name is Evans and welcome to this last part in this 2017 May June IGCSE ICT paper 3-1 tutorial. In the last video we ended on step number 15 I think, and in this video we ended on step number 16. In this video we pick up with step number 17 and then it will see us through to the end of this paper. Okay, so step 17 says that in cell G61 enter a function to calculate the total weekly wage. Okay, so in cell G61 enter the function to calculate the weekly total wage. Okay, so let's go to G61. So cell column G is this one and 61 is this one, so the cell in question is this one. So we're going to enter a function to calculate the total wage. Okay, so to find the total wage, we have the wages here already, so we just need to get sum of the first value. If F18 was the first value, this one would be G18, I think. G18 should be the first value, and the last value is actually this one, so just click on it and that should give you the sum of all the wages. Okay, and put it there. The next thing that we are supposed to do is step 18, apply appropriate formatting to your spreadsheet. So which means all the currency values should be given some $ symbol, and all yeah, so what we need to do is get this one, give it 2 decimal places. Okay, so formatting of this one, just go to, where am I? Okay, format as currency, supposed to be $ symbol, so just find anything to do with dollar, whether it's Canada or squat, as long as the $ symbol there, and 2 decimal places, that should be fine. Do the same for this one, format it as currency as well, currency with $ symbol, whether it's Chinese or SWAT, it doesn't matter as long as it's $ symbol, and it's supposed to be two decimal places as well. Okay, step I don't know what else needs to be formatted. Let's just verify if there's anything else that needs to be formatted in terms of um, um, currency. I think the pay rate, because this is money. We need to format this one as well to currency. So come here and go to currency and format it as dollar to 2 decimal places. Okay, I think this is all. If there's anything else that we need to format, we'll come back, but I think this should be all. Right, so next thing that we're supposed to do is to go to step number 19, which is save and print the spreadsheet showing the formula. Make sure that it is in landscape orientation. So first of all, let's change it to display the formula. So formulas, and then go to show formula, and then go to page layout, and then change the orientation to landscape. Okay, then come back here, make sure that it fits a single page wide. Okay, and also the row and column headings are displayed, and the contents of the cells are fully displayed. So what you need to do is that you select it like this, but select the entire table by clicking this triangle here, and then double click on the boundaries of this table. So that means all the fields are visible. Okay, the contents are fully visible, all of them. So if you scroll to the right, the contents are fully visible. If you scroll to like that, the contents are fully visible. But you need to go to file and then print, and then here you need to change some properties so that this one is fully visible. Like you can see, it is actually cut on multiple pages. Okay, so you don't want this. You want this sheet to fit actually on we're told that it should fit on one page, a single page wide. So that means all columns must fit on one page. Okay, so on scaling, you're supposed to say fit all columns on one page. Okay, so fit all columns on one page, and that makes all columns to fit on one page. Guys, you should be familiar with this property for setting. If they tell you to fit the sheet on one page, the entire Excel sheet on one page, you click on this one and you see that it will be to shrink and fit on one page. But we are told just to fit the columns on one page. That is the pages. I mean the width of the page should fit on one page. Also display the row and column headings, so make sure that this one is actually ticked. Okay, so this one should be ticked. I like it also when you tick the grid lines, because it just gives you the nice demarcations that you there, so it looks perfectly fine like that. Okay, if you don't put the grid lines, you're just going to have the rows and column headings, which is okay, because the question hasn't told you, but this is perfectly fine that you're showing even the rows and column headings. It makes more sense like this. Okay, so you go ahead and print this. I'm not going to print this anyway. I have my printer ready waiting for it, but I'm not going to print it. Yeah, but you should show this up there. Okay, so after you print this, then go back and you go to the question. So the next step, that's your printout you've made. So step 20 says print the spreadsheet showing the values, and make sure that this time it is imported orientation, it fits on a single page, and the rows and column headings are not displayed, and all the contents of the cell are fully visible. So this time the rows and column headings should not be displayed, so we need to disable that. But first of all, we need to disable the formulas. Go back to the values, also change this to portrait orientation, then go to go to adjust the width of the table, the cell. So select the entire Excel sheet and double click on the borders so that you adjust that. Then go to file and print, and then make sure that it fits on a single page. So currently as it is, it fits on a single page, which is perfectly fine, but you need to go to page setup and remove the row and column headings. These are supposed to be the rows and column headings are supposed to be removed. The green lines can remain, is still fine. If you don't want them, you can remove them, but they can remain. It looks perfectly fine like that. Okay, and then you go ahead and print it. To tell you that it's fitting actually on one page, but if you want, you can actually, to be sure, fit it on a single page, and it will still fit on a single page, just like that fit sheet on one page. Okay, so go ahead and print this. That will be perfectly fine. I'm not going to print this, but you go ahead and print that. Then the last part, not the rest, the last part, step 21 says that hide rows 3 to 15 inclusive, hide rows 60 and 61. Okay, so 3 to 15 inclusive. So rows from 3 to 15 like this, hide them. So hide, and then also hide 60 and 61, if I'm not mistaken. Hide 60 and 61. So scroll down, 60 and 61 are these, hide them. Then that's good. Next step, step 22, extract only the employees where the job description includes developer, okay, and who work more than, or who work more or less than their contracted hours. Who work more or less than their contracted hours. Okay, so what you need to do now is to use your filter, your custom filter, and extract only specified information. Okay, so what you need to do is to let's go here. Okay, then we are working on the this one. Let's select the table in question and go to data, not data, let's see, yeah, go to home and then go to filter and sort, then go to custom filter. Then for the job description, we want not sorting, no, not sorting, not sorting, I want filter. Let's see, filter. Okay, so under filter, under job description, go to text filter, and then contains. Okay, because you're looking for something that contains developer, so contains developer. Okay, so this one should contain developer. Make sure that the spelling for developer is correct. Okay, so contains developer, and you notice that what has now been listed is what contains developer. Next is that you need to extract only employees. One that shows, let's see, where we who work more or less than their contracted hour. Okay, so what this means is that let me just do this. What this means that if somebody's contracted hour is, let's say, is 2 hours, more or less is means it means not equal to 2. Okay, anything that is not equal to 2 will be more or less. Okay, so this is what it means. So the symbol we use is greater, less than or greater than symbol to extract that. Okay, so or does not equal to if you are using text filter. Okay, so what you need to do now is to come back to your filter for the contracted hours, and then use number filter and use the does not equal to that. Okay, so use does not equal to, and then does not equal to, does not equal to what? Oh, does not equal to, this is E18, I think. Does not equal to E18. Okay, let's see. Um, if it doesn't work, guys, I mean, we can always come back and do this. Let's see. Nope, this one is not going to work out. Come here. Let's go to custom filter maybe. Now here I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm looking for something that's not equal to what? I think I messed up. I mixed the question. Let me get the question. Um, extract only the employees where the job description includes developer and who work more or less than their contracted hours. Okay, so I think I should have done something here. Um, so what I'm going to do is greater than, um, guys, I'm gonna have to check this properly. I'm gonna have to check this properly, guys. Please pardon, bear with me. I haven't gone through this paper, so I'm gonna have to check this properly. So I'm gonna pause this video just for a minute or so that I think through this one. I'm kind of lost. Okay, so just give me a moment. I check through this video and I mean this question. I read through and then I'll come back with the solution. Don't worry. All right. Hello, guys. So I've figured out how to go about this one. I think it's the first time I'm looking at this kind of setup of a question. Um, so how we're going to do it is, first of all, the question is telling us that we need to extract only the data that is um, not matching. Okay, so for example, if the contract hours and hours worked are the same, we should ignore this kind of setup. But in a situation where we have, for example, the number of contract hours are less than the hours worked, this should be picked. And where you have the number of hours, for example, less than the contract hours, like in which case, let's say this one. Okay, this should be picked. So these are scenarios that you should pick. Okay, so what you can do is to take note of some values which are existing, which they where there is a match. For example, 10 and 10 should be out. Okay, and 12 and 12 should be out. 25 25 should be out. Okay, so what you need to do is to first of all extract 10 and 10, okay, and 12 and 12, and then have a look at how this table looks. Okay, so you have 25 25, okay, then 20 20. So extract 20, so let's say 20 should be out. Okay, so that kind of reduces 25 25. Be careful here because you notice that you have 25 10. So here you cannot I mean you cannot remove 25, because if you say that you remove 25 here like this, it changes everything. Okay, but 25 we need it because we have some value which is not matching here. So instead we remove 25 from here, so that we remove 25 25. So we go here and remove 25. Okay, and that should be something like that. Then we have 40 40, so it doesn't matter whichever one you remove it from. So 40 40, that means 40 is out. Then you have 38 38. 38 should also be out. Okay, so you have something like that. So the contract hours, okay, like this, and then the hours worked, these ones are different for each and every contract hour that you work. So you have 24 28 hours and 25, 10 25, 30 25, um, you have 30 25, and you have all these number of hours. So if you notice that for 10 38 and 40, these they existed in a matching manner. So you had 10 and 10 number of hours worked, 38 contract hours and 38 number of hours worked. The same thing for 40. Okay, but as it is, you have that. So this is kind of in a very funny way. This is why I was saying that I've not really come across a question that really asks you to extract data in this manner. We've always used custom filters, and you can go ahead and use that. But if you guys devise a better way of going across or coming across this or working around this, I'd love to hear about that way. You can easily just comment it out, and I'll try to see if I can get it. But it had to take me some few minutes to look at this and um, drink my glass of water and really come back and see if we can do that. But this is really the way that you can extract that. I'm yet to see a better way that you can use to do that. Nevertheless, if you guys didn't get what I was saying anyway, the essence is to avoid matching instances where you have the same number of contract hours and the same number of hours worked. This should be avoided as instructed by the question. So the person should have worked more or less, more than the number of hours, contract hours, or less. Okay, in our case we have this guy working 28 30, this one 30, this one 35. This is more than the contract hours, and this guy is working 10 0 5. This is less than the contract hours worked, and this is why it should be. Okay, so the next thing that we're supposed to do is to perform our sorting. So you go to sort and go to custom sort, expand the selection, blah 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 blah. No, so what I want to do is just get the sorting. Okay, we're sorting by name. Okay, so from A to Z, so you can sort it that way. Okay, so this is going to be fine. Okay, so you have the name sorted out. Okay, remember in our question where it says sort this data in ascending order of name, so that's the one that I was looking at. Okay, so this one says print only these extracts showing the values, and make sure that the printed fits on a single page and the contents of the cells are fully visible. So what you do is come here and select this, double click there and make sure that they are fully visible, and also go to file and print, and this is fitting on a single page, so print it as it is. We're not told to add the column headings and the row headings and stuff, so that should be perfectly fine. So that is the printout. So save your printout, save and print your evidence document, and then make sure that you have entered your name, center number, and country number on your evidence document. And this should be the final part of this paper. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I understand maybe may not have explained to satisfaction step number 22, but you guys out there, you geniuses, you find a better way of sorting out this one, please do let me know so that I can maybe redo this part and give an easier method of extracting the data for this other part. The other thing that I was thinking that I was thinking about of working around this one is by creating an extra column. Maybe just put it maybe somewhere very far somewhere very far away from this one, and use some boolean operators and compare these two. Where there is a matching, then we're going to display that. Where there is no matching, then we're going to hide the fields. But I was thinking this is not the way to go, and I just thought of this one as the easier methods for now. Okay, so I'll review this one, and then I'll come back if there is a better way of doing it. So thank you so much guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share my videos, and I'll see you in the next video when we start to look at the paper 3 1 paper 3 2 rather, and it's much easier than this one, I guess. And we'll do just that. Okay, so thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.